This is where the cool podcast intro is supposed to go, but I forgot to finish it. Anyway, here's Scuffed as Fuck. Gotta give myself a second to recover my breath. Oof. Welcome to the Scuffed as Fuck podcast, the only place where destiny calls, we ignore it, and go break every pot in sight before saving the world. I'm your host, the guy still looking for Koroks he definitely missed, aka Retro Koda. And with me today is my co-host, Cubic.
Hello.
And our returning guest, a very big fan of the Zelda series, and was on for the previous episode where we talked about it, Psycho.
I'm sorry. I was trying so hard not to laugh.
Why are you trying? Because I was dying?
Yeah. No, your intro made me laugh.
Oh, there was more to it. I can read more of it if you want me to, just
Oh,
to
you
give you a
have.
second to
There's
breathe.
more?
Yeah, I figured I'd go with the short version. So, this week we're celebrating 40 years of Legend of Zelda, 4 decades of timelines that don't make sense, dungeons that absolutely disrespect your intelligence, and one guy in a green tunic silently carrying the entire franchise on his back. From pixelated beginnings to open world chaos, from getting lost in the water temple to accidentally launching yourself into the sky with questionable physics, Zelda has been teaching us one important lesson. We will do everything except the main quest. So whether you're here for the nostalgia, the lore debates, or just to admit you still don't understand the timeline, grab your Master Sword, ignore Navi, and let's get into it.
I love it.
Mood.
So good. So good.
Thank you. Like I said, I wrote that partially while I was at work, and then I finished it up before I started playing some games.
You were just working, doing your work things, and you're like, wait a minute, write that down, write that down!
Well, I was like, oh crap, I haven't written a intro to this today because fun fact for you guys listening, we've been trying to do this for like a month now. Like, yeah, right around the time that the actual 40th anniversary happened. And then we were gonna record it on Mario Day, and I ended up catching what I believed was COVID. Ended
He
up
was
being just some
dying.
really bad flu that I was dying.
Bro had COVID-20.
Yeah. And then we ended up recording the episode on Resident Evil instead last week. So we
I
are
actually
now
just started
here.
playing that game.
Oh my god, it's so
Like
good.
just started, so no spoilers, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
I'm doing the remakes for 2, 3, and 4. I beat 2 and 3, and I'm working through 4, and I think I'm almost done with 4, but I bought the whole series, and I have to
Oh,
find
it's so
copies
good.
of the original so then I can do, like, the originals.
It's a really good series. We talked a lot about it on that episode. But this week, and specifically today, we are going over, as I said, the 40th anniversary of Legend of Zelda. This game has been around since I can't do math. That's like the 80s, right? Yeah,
Yes.
1986. It's kind of crazy that a game has been such a mainstay. Is it not? I mean, there's
It
Mario, of course, but like those are both Nintendo, and it's
in
crazy.
the episode that never happened,
Uh-huh.
our ghost, the secret 4th member of this podcast,
Mhm.
and I were talking about how Zelda is paradoxically a mainstay. And we say that because Mario and Pokemon are basically copy paste of what's going on. You do the thing, you beat the level, you get the new item, blah blah blah.
Right.
But the stories for Zelda are so unique that you can never go up to one person and be confused about which game they're talking about.
Yeah, but
Let's
like,
see.
isn't it also just beat the Ganon and save the princess?
Not in all of them.
No, sometimes it's not Ganon.
And sometimes the princess is the hero.
Echoes of Wisdom. You're right. You're right. Wand of Gamelon. You're right. You're right.
Look at you calling yourself out.
Hey, when you're right, you're right. I'm sorry.
He just needed a
Right.
reminder. Just a reminder.
It's true. It's true.
So, you said you had a little thing that you wanted to do today with us. What was that
I
specifically, Psycho?
do. Are you ready for this?
Yes. Oh.
Absolutely. What are we doing here? Uh-oh.
Welcome to the 40-year
Whoa.
anniversary tier list.
Oh my god. No.
This
Okay.
is all 41 major Zelda titles that came out in the past 40 years, including their HD remasters and if they came out on a different console.
All right.
Mmm.
So for those of you who are listening, because you're not going to be able to see this, actually, at the end of it, I might just grab a screen grab of this and post it with the episode. But we have your standard tier list of S rank, A rank, B rank, C rank, D, and haven't played. And as she said, a list of all of the games. This is
I
a
may
lot
put
to
a new
take in.
rank in here for F rank for absolute trash.
Oh,
I
I'm
have
sure this
one game that's going to go in that spot.
Dang. Okay.
One.
I'm into
just
this.
one.
Just one.
All right.
Now, wait. So is this like we have to collectively agree?
We
Uh-oh.
the trio of us have to decide which games go where. We have to collectively agree and
Okay.
negotiate about which game goes where.
Can I be
Okay.
honest with you guys?
Yeah.
I still have only played like 3 games.
Koda can go off the vibes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cubic and I will debate. Koda can go off the
Absolutely.
vibes.
100%. I'll go off of who sounds more right.
Okay.
Oh, I
Okay.
see.
So
Um,
I
where do
am
we wanna
okay
start?
with basing this off of anything. You can base it off of the music. You can base it off of some of your favorite moments in the game, the story specifically. You can base it off of specific characters that show up in those games and nothing else. Whatever floats your boat about the game, that's what we're basing this on.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm into it.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Okay, first game up, the original, The Legend of Zelda, released February 27th, 1986.
Okay.
Immediately
I-
vibe-wise for me, I'm gonna put it at C rank. It's the first one that
C.
came out.
See?
I mean, okay. I'll put it for me personally. We could put it higher, but for me personally, C rank solely because it's the first one that came out. They were testing out the waters. It ended up making a giant franchise out of it. Yes, but did the original Legend of Zelda, did it have much to it?
Yes,
Yes?
actually.
Yes?
Okay. Okay.
Is this one of the 3 that you've played, Coda?
Yes, because I watched him play it.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say A personally, only because I think this is from like original Legend of Zelda all the way up to Link to the Past. The art direction I think was absolutely stellar. All of the promotional art, all of the art that was in the manuals, that is the Link that I think of whenever I think of Legend of Zelda. I also think that while this is a freaking NES game, it is jam-packed with content. The only reason I wouldn't put it in S is because there are things that are a little bit too cryptic that you really have to spend hours to figure out if you didn't have a guide.
Yes.
I did not have a guide.
That's valid.
I had a Psycho, and that was a good enough guide, but
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so for me, I also want to say A rank. Yes, there were some spots that were cryptic, but when they were designing the game, they were like, "Oh yeah, we tell you nothing. You just got to go." And it's like, "Okay, fine, whatever." But the biggest thing that gets to me is the music, because the music for the NES for this game specifically was designed for pieces of the actual machine to make some of the music happen. And we can't do that anymore, but the themes that
cool.
carry around for the rest of the series, those are still carried out, like Zelda's Lullaby and the original like intro song, like da 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 da. Like the Hyrule Field that you always hear in all the games. Like, this is the basis for all of those little itty bitty moments. And it started from building a piece of music that actually interacted with its console.
Yeah. Well, with those 3 votes in mind, where do we want to put it?
You know, I'll change my decision. We'll put it up to A.
Put it
Okay.
in. Okay. Original Legend of Zelda going in A. Released in January of 1887, so about a year later, we have The Adventure of Link. This is the 2D side-scroller Zelda. Feels more like a Final Fantasy than a Zelda, but keep in mind that this is the second Zelda that came out.
Okay. Do I give my vibes initial?
Yeah, Koda, I'm gonna let you go first each time.
Okay.
We'll just go in a circle.
Yeah.
All right. We're in a weird triangle, like the Triforce.
Triforce.
Eh?
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
All comes back to the triangle.
I don't know. Honestly, I would put it in. Honestly, I want to put it in C, maybe B, solely because like you said, it's the second game, so it playing more like a Final Fantasy is them still testing out the waters, and um, from what I know, it wasn't a bad game necessarily. I could be totally wrong.
No, it wasn't. I'm gonna skip your turn, Cubic. It wasn't a bad game. I also want to give it a B or a C because, again, testing the waters. Didn't know what they were doing. It was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Psycho. I would agree. I would also put it in B. I think it was awesome. Solely because they didn't know the formula yet and they were still trying stuff out. It was really cool. Again, the art direction was awesome during this time. Some of the enemies that you faced were a little bit more fleshed out because of how they worked the sprites, and it wasn't a
this was the
top-down
first
view
time
anymore.
they had a magic meter.
Exactly. But I agree with you, Psycho. The difficulty curve from this game, from the original, is it's way too high, in my
It was
opinion.
a cliff. It wasn't a curve. It was a cliff. There were some moments in it that were fun, like the little Easter eggs, like I am error.
Yeah.
But it was difficult. It was really difficult. Okay, so
B.
but we all agree we're putting it in B?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Bloop.
Yep.
Dun, da, da, da. All right. Okay, next up, Link to the Past. This came out on the SNES, the Super Nintendo, in November of 1991. So about 4.5 years later.
Now, I've played the next one, or well, I should say the one that's a couple down, which was a remake of it. I haven't played the original one of it. However, Link to the Past is one of my favorite games. I've played it multiple times through, and I thoroughly enjoyed. While there was no Ganon in it or anything really, it was
There was a Ganon. Ganon
well,
was
there
the
was
final boss.
Mm-hmm.
all I remember is the Windfish.
That's Link's Awakening.
Oh, never mind.
Have
Hey,
you even played
listen. No, probably haven't. I'm gonna be so for real. They all. I'm gonna be like. I'm looking at the covers of them. They all look the same.
Wow.
Yeah, after a certain point, then they start to differentiate.
Yeah. So, let's be
Here.
honest. I'm a keep quiet on this one.
You don't have a vibe?
I retract my statement.
Here you go. There's the link from Link to the Past.
Oh, it's so good.
Do you recognize that link?
No. He has elf ears, and I don't recognize that.
He always had elf
He
ears.
always has elf ears.
His elf ears are pointing out more than usual.
They had to
They
make
ha-
it pretty noticeable.
They had the technology.
They had the technology. It wasn't just pixels.
Yeah.
No, this does not look familiar. I don't think I played it.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'm gonna look at me.
Okay,
I'm the
just
guy
going
who
off the
doesn't
vibes
play
of the
Nintendo
titles, what do you think
games.
the rank is?
We'll go C.
We'll go C? Okay. I think you're going to make a lot of people angry, but...
oh my god. S tier.
S tier?
Absolutely. Only because listen, this was where they absolutely nailed the formula of Zelda. I'm gonna start playing Zelda. Which game should I start with? I tell them to play this game. This one is such a stellar addition to the Legend of Zelda franchise, and it was early. This is our third game, guys.
This is
And
the
it was
third
so
game
good.
in.
It was so good. So I honestly,
And
may be a
we're
little
on a
biased.
different console.
True. But I think in terms of going about your adventure, some of the things that you come across during your adventure, it took what was so beautiful about the first game and blew it up times 10. And it was less cryptic, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, there were
absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to say A for me because I'm going to be honest, I never beat the game officially.
Dang.
Mostly because of time constraints and software and hardware. Because
You guys are breaking my heart.
played this when it came out on the Game Boy Advanced.
Me too. And it was great.
And the Game Boy Advance was not mine. It was my siblings.
Oh, I see.
I see.
Yeah. So I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. My favorite thing about this game is the connection between the Dark World and the Overworld.
Yeah.
I love the mechanic. And this game is from 91.
You guys are furries. Link turns into a bunny. Surely this is S tier for you guys.
What?
And and there's a fast travel mechanic. It's probably not the first one in video games ever, but you have to do something in the Dark World to find something in the Overworld so that you can get the flute to do the fast travel mechanic.
Yeah.
So it's not just, hey, go to the Dark World. It's, hey, there's like actually things you need to do so that we can like move along.
You know, you're talking it up like it is an S tier game.
But
yeah.
The problem that I have with it is the dungeons in the Dark World don't necessarily have all the guidance that you need, if that makes sense. Because
what more do you need?
Any?
I remember I think I've restarted this game like 4 or 5 times, and every time I get to the Dark World, I beat the Helmasaur King, I beat the next boss, and then after that third one, it just starts to feel tedious.
Ooh.
There's 7 crystals you have to get. Okay, I got the first 2. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? So, but I give it a high A. Like I'd put it above the original Zelda, but I wouldn't quite go into S. And we can rearrange these if we have to.
Okay. I'm reluctant, but okay.
You're reluctant, but you get it. And if we find, and we can move it into a low S.
Yeah.
It's either high A or low S.
Low S.
Low S? Okay. Instantly done.
Immediate.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, next game. We're gonna do this one and its remake at the same time. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So, first one we have is Link's Awakening. This came out in 1998. This was Zelda's first handheld foray. It came out on the Game Boy Color.
Okay.
And this is the one you have played, Koda. The one with the
Okay,
windfish.
good. Good. As I said before, one of my favorites, now that we're actually talking about the game that I played. Um, uh, absolutely loved it. But it could just be me looking through nostalgia goggles. Because I do know that it was very repetitive. A lot of running from one end of the map to the other, having to grab a certain item and then traveling all the way back over. So there was a lot of back and forth, which not a lot of people like. Um, but I personally loved it to death. Um, I would give it a S rank for myself,
Okay.
or at least an A.
Like
A
a
is the
high A.
lowest I'm willing to go.
Okay. Okay.
You know, I quite enjoyed this one too. I think it has a lot of charm. I think the music, how they approach chiptunes on the Game Boy, has such like a unique feel to them, separate from the NES. That it really, to me, that really is what set this game apart. Not to mention it's just really fun. I mean, Zelda on the go, you can't beat that. Uh,
Right?
that being
Until
said, I
you
would
run out of batteries.
true. I'd probably just put it in A myself
Put it
though.
in A. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling A. It's the fourth game in the series, but it had such a different feel to it. Like it still had that exploration, but it was less about I think because this is the first game where you didn't have to necessarily get the Triforce. The
Hmm.
focus
Mhm.
was the instruments. So yeah, I think I'm okay with A. Bloop.
I will accept this answer.
Okay.
Okay.
How do we feel about the remake that came out a few years ago? The 3D pudgy version of Link's Awakening.
I haven't
It's
played this one
adorable.
yet. I think that I haven't played it yet, but I think that the design, the remake, how it looks is absolutely adorable, like you said. I think it would be because that's the one that's it's more of like I I was gonna say 2.5D, but that's not technically correct. It's like a
It's 3D, but it's top down.
yeah, and I think that feels a little weird in my brain, but I think I could get past that and enjoy it. So I would still give it at least a low A.
A low A, okay. Cubic?
I also haven't played this yet. But I am curious, Psycho, is there anything different in this game than from the original?
Not that I've noticed. There might be like a few different Easter eggs.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but I haven't beaten it, so I don't feel like I can give it a fair rating. So how do y'all feel about just putting it in haven't played?
Sure,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
that'll work.
Okay, these are the CDI games.
Yes.
I haven't played them, so I'm gonna go off of the vibes and all that I can remember from little spoof clips I've seen of them, which the king is just going, "My boy." I've
I
Peanut Butter Gamer, shout out to him. I don't know if he's still doing anything, but he did a Zelda month a while ago, and he did the worst Zelda games. And I remember the Wand of Gamelon was there, and it was tied with the other two CDI games. That's all I remember. I haven't played these games.
Hold on. I'm gonna Google up pictures of the CDI game real quick because if it's the ones I'm thinking of, I'm okay with putting it in haven't played, but also uh was this the one that had the nightmare fuel design looks?
Yes.
I think you mean the epic and bossy design looks, but go on.
No.
Ugh.
Um, it's terrifying. Yeah, absolutely no. Absolutely not. Putting that
It's
in
like
the lowest rank that we can.
we can make an F tier.
Oh man.
That would
Oh,
I was
hold
gonna
on,
say
hold on
that
now,
will
hold
break
on.
Cubic's
Let's
heart.
not be too harsh here.
Oh, we needed to add an F tier.
Okay.
Anyways,
Let's put it. I mean, for me personally, I would put it down in the D tier.
D
I
tier.
wouldn't go full. I wouldn't put it at full F tier, but it is. It's an atrocity to man.
Hmm.
It is.
Listen,
It's so bad.
the game itself is horrendous. I've played Faces of Evil before,
Have
and
you?
it is horrible to control. The actual story of it sucks, and the designs of the characters that have already been established, that have already been beautifully drawn and beautifully put into like sprite work, sucks in this game. But the amount of enjoyment that I have gotten from watching YouTube because of these games,
Because of these games?
I think it does not makes it not deserve F tier. Maybe
No,
the third one because that one just sucks all around and
Okay,
no one's
but
ever
have
heard
you
of it.
played Wand of Gamelon?
Uh, I've seen it be played.
Okay, we're putting that in haven't played. But you
Okay,
did play Faces of Evil?
put it in D.
We're gonna put it in the lowest spot in D.
Okay.
It's all by itself for right now. Okay, moving on to the actually good games now.
Whoa. Okay. All right now.
We have Ocarina of Time. We're transitioning into 3D. Nintendo released the the Nintendo 64 with its stupid controller because Nintendo
Okay.
can never keep the same controller scheme. This was released in November of 98, so 7 years after Link's Awakening.
And 2 months after I was born.
Nope, I lied. They were both released at the same time. But one for handheld and one for 3D.
Okay.
I think you've
This is
seen this
Ocarina
one
of
be
Time.
played. This is Ocarina of Time.
Okay, I've definitely seen this played before. I know that I've watched people play randomizers of it. Specifically, shout out to the now defunct Achievement Hunter. Watching Matt Bag play it with Michael Jones.
He still does
Um,
randomizers for Ocarina.
he does, but the whenever I originally watched it was whenever they had their whole thing with Achievement Hunter when they were
Oh,
doing it,
yeah.
and it's a beautiful game. I think it's really cool. I think the story is really cool because I've seen people play it legitimately and not the randomizer as well. Um, I don't know where I would put it, but I would want to put it somewhere high.
Okay. Going off of vibes, we're saying somewhere here. So a C or above.
Yes.
Okay.
I personally would go with B. I think this is a great game. This really established the title as like a 3D. It really paved the way for all of the 3D games to come from it. One thing I really like that this game introduced is Z targeting, which a lot of other games
Oh,
that followed
yeah.
it,
Mhm.
not just Zelda, but in general, same like 3D action adventure games like this.
It gave the
They,
player control over the camera.
yeah. This game specifically, though, some of the objectives were kind of frustrating. Like some of the escort stuff you had to do, I was like, this kind of sucks to do. And honestly, the water temple ruins it a little bit for me. It's just a little too repetitive. It's frustrating and slow. You know, I don't know. That's why it's as low as I put it.
Okay, I am going to say a low A because yes, the water temple sucks. That's why it's not high A or an S.
Yeah.
But I think the music, not only just the soundtrack, but also the way the music was used for the ocarina itself, gave it a special flavor that not a lot of other games have.
Yeah, you know what? That's
but
true.
yeah, but it's like it
Okay.
calls back to Link's Awakening, and it there's other games later on in the timeline that also use music, and I like to think that it became so prevalent because of Ocarina.
All right, you convinced me.
Yes.
I say
Like
A.
I said, I want it in the upper tiers, so below A is acceptable.
Low A. Okay. Do we want to talk about Ocarina 3D because it's basically the same thing? The only thing they've added was Master Mode, which basically flipped the map over, mirrored the map.
If that's the case, I haven't played it, but
Mhm.
if it's exactly the same, I say we just put it with A also.
Okay,
Yeah.
put it with A. Make it a friend.
Yeah.
Look, they're twins. Okay, Majora's Mask. This originally was it was supposed to be added on to the end of Ocarina of Time, but they had to make their own entirely new game for it. It came out in April 2000. Uses the same engine, same system, still on the N64. And a lot of people say it's probably one of the best Zelda games ever.
This is the one that has the moon in it, right?
Yes. This is the Dawn of the Final Day meme game.
Okay. So, I don't like that moon.
I don't think anyone likes the moon, but it's a great device.
It is terrifying. No, thank you. Not a fan. However, I respect that people like this game, and I'm sure aside from the moon, it has some very redeeming qualities. So, I'll put it in another like A rank for myself.
Okay. Just going off the vibes, minus the moon. That's
Just
why
going
it's not
off
an S tier.
exactly.
I'm kind of going off vibes too. I have not played Majora's Mask, but I really like the concept of it. I think it's cool that there is. I think the idea of having a time limit in a Zelda game is something that is still kind of novel, even to this
Yeah.
day.
Mhm. I
So
mean, there are
I,
games that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean that's really it. I don't really have much to say about this one since I haven't played it, but it's cool.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say the
it's
concept.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
You're
The
fine.
concept of having like a limited time in games is not used a whole lot. I mean, it's used a lot in like Metroidvanias and stuff. And then there have been a couple of games out there that have done it pretty successfully. Like Deathloop is another fun one. Um, and so that kind of mechanic is pretty special. Even in terms of just games overall.
I also want to say like A tier. Um, I've played the game. And I don't know, there's just something unique about it that sticks out from the rest of the Zelda series. Not just the time thing, but like
That damn moon.
it's dark. Like, have you seen the theories about this game? Like, just going off the theories, like, there's a theory that Link is actually dead in this game and you're playing as his ghost.
Actually, that would make sense.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like Ocarina happened and people were like, yeah, Ocarina, and then Majora happened, and they're like, oh, this is actually gonna be a thing. We can actually like do things with this. If
What
that
do you
makes
mean by
sense.
that?
Like the Ben drowned creepypasta, do you remember that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
from Majora.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. That shot it up for me.
So S rank?
No.
No, not.
The moon is there.
Okay.
We
I can
can't put
definitely
it in
agree with
S rank
that.
because of the moon. That thing gave everyone nightmares.
Fucking hate that moon.
Okay, do we want to put it above or below Ocarina?
I think you should go with Ocarina.
With
Personally.
Ocarina, we'll put it
Yeah.
right in the middle.
There
Right
you
between the
go.
two Ocarinas.
I like it.
Okay, so then 3D Majora, basically the same thing as 3D Ocarina.
So it just had a master mode.
Master mode, and I think there were like a couple bug fixes, but other than that, I don't really know.
Do we want
I'm
to throw it
thinking,
next to that one or put it in
yeah.
hasn't played?
I mean, I personally say we do the same in
Okay,
terms of
stick it in.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. These came out at the exact same time. That's why I'm placing them together.
Mm-hmm.
They were
Mhm.
released for the Game Boy Color in 2001. And for the first time ever, you could actually connect two different Zelda games via link cable.
So, vibes alone, I want to put it mid tier.
Okay.
Because we don't have anything in C tier yet, and it's just kind of bugging me. Um,
No, that's the worst reason to put something there. How dare
no,
you?
I mean, but also, growing up, I didn't have a whole lot of friends that played video games with me. Like I didn't have friends that brought like their Game Boy Colors to school or anything. I
Mhm.
would bring like my Game Boy Advance and I would play Pokemon, but I was like the only kid that did that. And so I never would have been able to play these games. I mean, I would have been able to play them, but I never would have been able to play them with a friend. Um, so like I'm sure they had cool mechanics to them. I'm sure that being able to play with people increased the fun that you could have with it. But this is solely because of my experiences. I would put it mid tier.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I love Oracle of Seasons personally. I think the concept of being able to change the different seasons and then using that to affect your environment or how you solve puzzles. I think the puzzle design in at least Seasons, I assume Ages is kind of similar, right, Psycho?
I believe so. Yes.
Um, it had very strong puzzle design, and I think as a result, that really spoke to how the dungeons were put together. So that made the design of those really good too. I would put it in A, personally.
Okay, I'm gonna split the difference and say I'm gonna put it in B. Whenever I think about the Zelda series as a whole, Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons aren't the games I first think of. And not just from like a popularity standpoint, but from like the concept. Because for Seasons and Ages, they tried something new with like the link cable, but I also feel like they were rehashing the same game in two different fonts.
Okay,
So
Okay.
I'd feel okay putting it in B, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to give it an A tier.
I can live with that.
Coda?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Once
And I
again, we
will
don't
put
have anything in C.
I know. I will put Seasons higher than Ages just for you, Cubic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures. This came out in 2002
Hmm.
with the combination game of Link to the Past. So you could get a Game Boy cartridge, and it came with both Link to the Past and Four Swords. This is the first game that has Toon Link in it.
Hmm.
Came out in 2002 for the Game Boy Advance.
Was this the one that you could play with up to 4 people?
Yes, and it was like a super high thing, like software or hardware cost to get in because you needed link cables and a GameCube and a TV and all the wires.
Yeah, it's going in C tier for me for the same reasons as before, but also because that's a lot of hardware to have to be able to play with people, and not a lot of people had that kind of money.
Yeah.
Um, so C tier for me.
Can I counter that?
Counter.
Sure.
So in 2011, speaking of anniversaries for Zelda, in 2011, Zelda had their 25th anniversary.
Yes, they
And
did.
one of
They
the
released
things,
Skyward Sword.
did they really?
That's when they
Mhm.
released it because Skyward Sword was the 25th anniversary.
Oh.
Mhm.
Make you feel
Well,
old.
on top of that, they also did on the DSi and on the 3DS for free, you could get Four Swords Adventure for their anniversary.
This is the
And
original Four Swords, not Four Swords
yeah,
Adventures.
uh,
They're two different games.
Is Four Swords Anniversary Edition the same as normal Four Swords? I think it is.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Okay, then now I don't know. I think
If
it
we're
was normal
going
Four Swords, and
Wiki
because
says
of
Four
that,
Swords Anniversary is the same.
as normal Four Swords.
Yes.
Okay. With that being said, I personally have like a small personal connection because me and my friends would play that for hours because of that. It was a
Mhm.
free Zelda game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that
Right.
was fun. That was super fun. I'm sure at the time it was much more frustrating and difficult to be able to do that. But now actually having experienced the game, it's really fun. It is super fun.
Because this is
I
the
would put
one.
it in BRA
This is the one
personally.
with Vati, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the wizard at the end.
hmm
Okay. So what rank did you give it?
Either B or A.
And Koda
Probably go
gave it a
more.
C.
I gave it a
Probably go
C.
more B.
Okay, so why don't we? Haven't played it, so I'm gonna go with what you two say, and I'm gonna split the difference and say like a medium B,
Okay.
Okay.
not low B, but not high B.
Lil B.
Do we like Four Swords better than Ages?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Four Swords Adventures, same thing. Came out a little later. Still for the Game Boy, but kind of had that same thing. You needed the link cables and the GameCube and the TV and all the Game Boys to be able to connect and play it. Did they release this one on the DSi for you?
I don't think so.
Okay. So
That
do
is
we
a
want to
pain
go
in
off
the
of
ass.
vibes, or do we want to say haven't played? Because I haven't played this one.
I haven't played either.
I haven't played either, but I mean, if it's the same thing of requiring all that extra stuff, I would want to put it at C rank. But we
Okay.
can put it in haven't played.
Let's put it in haven't played, and maybe we'll change our mind later. Okay. Wind Waker came out in
Yes.
December of 2002 in Japan, and the US and Europe, it was released in 2003. This is the cel-shaded boat sailing hero of the wind.
S tier.
S tier? Why?
S tier for me. I love the cell shaded vibes of it. I love the fact that it's a completely different vibe of sailing all across the way. The way that they managed to make the actual mechanics work for it was really cool. And I think it being able to like traverse, even if most of it was across water, giving it such a big map is really cool.
Okay.
I 100% agree with Koda.
With
I
S tier?
think, I think it has an outstanding art style. This game had such a strong personality and charm to it. Like the characters were so like warm and expressive and humorous that it gave them a lot of character that I don't
Even
think
the
other
boat had a
games.
personality.
Even the boat had a personality, you're right.
Who?
The boat.
The boat.
Even the boat had a personality. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And I agree. Even though sailing the waters was kind of tedious sometimes, I think the world concept in terms of a Zelda game was really unique and cool.
And you
Uh,
could make the sailing go by a little faster with the wind
yeah,
waker.
and not to
Mhm.
mention, fighting things was really fun in this game. Like
I
sword
think-
fighting with the big guys was awesome.
Yeah, and there was like special moves that you could do.
Yeah. S tier.
So, S tier, do we want to put it above or below Link to the Past?
That's really hard. I am biased because this is my all-time favorite Zelda game. I
Okay.
would put it above A Link to the Past, but I don't know if that's fair of me to say.
I would put it below because I haven't played it yet. However, if I ever do play it, it might end up being higher than Link to the Past. So,
Okay.
for personal reasons, I would say lower.
Okay. So, it's down to me. Okay, so I'm going to say that I like the remake of Wind Waker, the HD version that came out on the Wii U, more than I like the original Wind Waker for one reason, and it's that I guess two reasons. I have a Wind Waker themed Wii U. It's got black and all the
Okay.
hieroglyphs around it.
Beast.
And I don't have to talk to Tingle as often.
Okay, so how about we put the original lower and then we put the remake higher?
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Okay. I will say how they approached redoing the music in the new game is really good. So I would
It
agree with that.
is. It is. And I love the temples, like especially the wind temple and the earth temple. Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a really cool game from what I've watched. I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. Where I
Yes.
S
get
tier.
to it eventually.
A well-deserved S tier.
Well deserved. It earned its spot. Especially because it wasn't the game that everybody thought it would be.
And it was still really good.
And it was still amazing.
Look, guys, I got one right.
Yay! Okay, 2005, January, America. Nintendo releases the Minish Cap for the Game Boy Advance. I'm gonna start this one off by saying I would give this one a high A tier.
Ooh.
I wouldn't necessarily, I don't think I'd put this one above Link's Awakening, but I would definitely put it above the original Legend of Zelda. Because I just had such a fun time with this game. And I don't know if y'all have played it, but it has that same like cell shaded, but everyone is like super expressive vibe going on. And there's puzzles for when you're big and puzzles for when you're itty bitty, and there's things to do in both sides of the world. So I think I would give it a high A.
Solely based off of your description, I'll say okay. Sure. High A.
I'm going off vibes as well. I have not played this one, but I love me any Toon Link content, so high A.
High A. Okay.
I also
I'm
love
gonna stick
I
it.
also love the ability to have puzzles where you can do them both big and have
Dude,
puzzles for when you're small.
Not even joking. The first boss in the game is a giant choo-choo.
Like the jelly monster?
Yes!
That's cool.
And it's huge, and you're
Alright.
itty bitty, and you have to fight it.
That's
And
cool.
it makes
Alright.
me laugh.
That's a worthy A.
All right. Okay, we talked about this one before. This is my favorite game. This is Twilight Princess, co-released on both the GameCube and the Wii in November of 2006. This was the Wii's launch title. Or one of the launch titles, I should say. This is an S tier.
I solely because of how much I know you love it, I would say S tier. But also because I love this is the one that was like really dark, wasn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. Well, I'd say it's comparably dark to Majora's Mask. In some places,
Yeah.
I would say it's darker.
Well, it also came out around the time when every game was being edgy, like whenever they had like the Spyro's Awakening and all that stuff with
Yeah.
Cinder and all that stuff and all the so it was around the edgy time period, so everything was a little bit darker. And I love that era of video games. So it's an S tier solely for the vibes and the aesthetic.
Yes.
I am gonna break your heart a little bit, Phantom.
No, don't do it,
Or
please.
Psycho, jeez.
Please.
No, I'm
Get a
sorry.
name right, Jesus.
Jeez. I think this game was awesome in terms of having that like epic tonal shift to a very dark side of Link and everything. The dungeon lineup is super good in this game.
Arbiter Ground, my one true love.
I think looking back at this game now, it looks like slime. You know what I mean? Like it's very like gritty, which I get that's part of like the tone of it, but like I look at some of the character designs from this game and I'm like, what the hell were they thinking? So I would put it in A because of that.
It's going. Okay. I
mean,
will put it in high A. I
you
will
said
put
S.
I will put it in high A if you give me the HD version as an S. I'll take low S, but as an S.
I'm gonna go onto Google Images and type in Twilight Princess HD, and if it looks god awful still, I
No.
don't agree. Twilight Light Princess HD.
I just imagine him hunched over his little keyboard, just tippy tapping, just like Twilight Princess.
One letter at a time.
So this is between like Wii and Wii U.
GameCube, Wii, and the Wii U.
Wii U was the HD version though.
Yes.
Okay, can I go on a little rant?
Oh no.
Sure.
So like games that go through an HD overhaul or that have like faced this weird shift to the Wii U or from the Wii U to the Switch, it looks like they just put a cloud over it. You know what I mean? It looks foggy. It looks like I don't know. Yeah. I'm just like, what the? Because I'm looking at a picture between the Wii and the Wii U version, and the Wii version looks super crisp. It looks really good. Right there, very first image.
This one?
Yeah. Someone dumped milk on Link. What's up with that?
No, okay, I see it. I definitely see it.
Yeah, I guess.
Tell you what. Put the normal
How
one
about
in
we do it
S
the other
and
way
put
around?
the
Yeah,
HD in A. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll accept that.
I think you've won me back with how good I think the Wii looks, opposed to the freaking Wii U. That's crazy.
Yeah. The
It
Wii
is
U
wild to
being
think that the HD
the
version
forgotten.
looks worse.
Well, because I don't know. There were some gameplay changes that happened in Wind Waker that made it better in some instances, not in all of the instances. Don't come after me, internet. For that system. But the HD version of Twilight Princess, they didn't really change anything outside of like some of the stuff that happened in the crate. So I think they were just trying to pretty it up a little bit for the
And
new
instead they
software,
poured milk
so
on
like
it.
that they could prove that hey, these high polygon games that happened, on the GameCube could be transferred over into, the Wii U setting, because the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are two different levels of polygon numbers.
True. That is true.
So what happened when they were doing the upscaling? They just accidentally poured a glass of milk onto the PC and went with it?
They
Yes.
did that faint glue covering that you get whenever it's like Elmer's glue whenever you were in school. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yep. When you would see, I was the kid that would put glue in my fingers and then I'd hold them together and then you'd peel it apart and you'd have that little white film.
Yep.
And then you ate it.
No.
No,
What? Who
we're
said
learning
that?
things about Cubic. It makes so much sense the way he wants to hang out with me. He ate glue.
What?
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 Okay. Little spin-off game. This is Link's crossbow training. I don't have.
Ooh.
It was a little
This came
spin-off
out
game.
with the Wii.
It came out with the Wii because you had to use the Wii for it, or you had to
Mhm.
use the Wii controller. I haven't played it. I've seen some like spoofs of it, but I can't say that it looked great. But I also can't say that it was bad because I haven't played it.
Well, the Wii mechanics were also kind of weird. Like, even for just any game that they had, sometimes the actual like sensor bar didn't want to recognize your Wii remote.
Oh yeah, this is back in the era of the sensor bar.
Mm-hmm. So like,
That used
I
to sit on
just
top of the TV.
Mm-hmm. Or under the TV, in some cases,
Yeah.
and because you thought it worked better, and sometimes it did, and sometimes it didn't. I just knowing that it came out on the Wii and you had to try and use the sensor bar, which was hell on its own. I can't imagine this thing being a high rank. We could either put it in haven't played, or for me, I would put it down in D.
But guys, I have played this game,
Speak your wisdom.
and I think it's decent. So,
Okay.
little history for you guys. The Wii came out with an add-on called the Zapper, and you
Mhm.
could put a Wiimote and a nunchuck together in this thing and hold it like a gun.
I remember.
And I think this game was packaged with it. So, so I
It
think
was a marketing tool.
yeah, but with that add-on, guys, it was pretty. It was a basic rail shooter, but it
Okay.
was still pretty fun because it was Zelda. It had the style of Twilight Princess, and you walked through first person as Link and you shot things with a crossbow. It was really cool.
So do we
Okay.
want to
But
say C?
I would put it in C because it's not that remarkable.
We
It's
got our
just
first
kind of
Easter
there.
egg.
Yeah.
Look, are you happy, Koda? We have everything in
I'm
filled in.
very happy. This makes the OCD happy.
Okay, next game. On the DS, we've gone to the double screen, the Nintendo double screen. Phantom Hourglass was released in June of 2007. This is a sequel to Wind Waker in every way that matters. I would also give this one a C, but on the lower end.
Ooh.
Because it had great mechanics, but some of the repetitiveness just got so tedious. I was just ugh.
Okay. Vibes alone. It takes place after Wind Waker. Or you said it ties in with Wind Waker.
It's a sequel, yeah.
It's a sequel. I mean, so my experience with Nintendo consoles kind of stops at the Wii. And for handhelds, it stops at about the Game Boy Advance. Um, I had a DS, or well, I had a DSi, but I didn't ever really have many games for it. I had like two, and neither of them were Zelda. So I've got no grasp on how games were played for this stuff because a lot of mine were um I had the Big Brain Academy, and then I
Classic.
had uh one of the Guitar Hero games where you had to use the actual like the attachment that you slotted into the Game Boy spot.
Yeah.
Also a classic.
Also a classic. So
Mhm.
nothing that I have to add to this conversation is going to help me here. I will place it wherever you guys feel comfortable.
Honestly, I would have said B for this one. I think it still has the same stylistic charm as Wind Waker had. And again, Toon Link, love the content from that boy. But I think this game is at fault of the hardware limitations. So like, it tried to make the best use of the touch controls, but I think those were kind of divisive. And because it was like a DS game, it felt like it was less ambitious than the rest of the Zelda entries up to this point. So I would put it in like a low B.
Low B? Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay.
Phantom Hourglass going in a low B.
Yeah.
Spirit Tracks is an F tier, absolute F tier. I hate this game. This is the worst Zelda game I have ever played ever. It is an F tier.
Why do you think that?
Because, and hear me out, the instrument that you have to play for this game, get in real close.
I'm listening.
Shouldn't have to rely on the mic of the device you're playing on.
Can you just like blow into the mic?
That's the point!
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna
9 times out of 10, are you sure it's going to register? Is it? Is it really going to register? Are you going to have the right note whenever it does register? Are you sure? Or is it going to catch your note right as you try and do the wind flute, pan flute? Is it just going to catch on a random note? I had the worst experience with this game, not even mentioning that the device I was playing on, it broke halfway through. But I felt so trapped in this game, not just by like the pan flute and all the music stuff. It was you were stuck on the tracks. You weren't allowed to explore the real world. You were allowed out for the area before the dungeons itself, and that was it. The final boss fight takes fight on a train, which cool, but also I hate this game. This game makes me so mad.
Knowing how much you hate this game makes me hate this game. Solely because why would it make one of my friends hate it that much?
Hmm.
Why is it gonna bully my friend?
I'm trying to think if this game is as bad as Zelda's Adventure on the CDI. Because I think it's still tried to make the best use of the DS hardware. This is the one where Zelda could possess the big guys, right?
Yes, the armor pieces.
Yeah. I think that like teamwork mechanic is really cool. I think that was a cool concept that they should bring back if they haven't. But I agree with you. I think the pacing's kind of stop and go on this game. Because there's less freedom of exploration, it doesn't feel quite like a Zelda game to me. So, I don't know.
You are quite literally railroaded from objective to objective.
I think F
this game
harsh.
is where that term came from.
No.
I put it in
okay. Here's what I want to say. I want to say that we put it in F tier, but nothing is going to come close to that CDI game. So no matter where it sits on the F tier, that one, the CDI game, is all the way at the bottom.
All right.
All the way.
All right. I can agree with the high F.
Okay. Okay.
Like we need an
moving
F
on to happier Zelda games.
Okay.
We have the 25th anniversary of Skyward Sword. This is one of the last games that came out on the Wii. It did get a remaster recently for the Switch. But this is one of the last games that came out on the Wii, especially for Zelda. There were still some Zelda games coming out, but they were for the handhelds. But this came out in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So explain to me real quick, Skyward Sword. You said 25th anniversary. So is it a remake of one of the other ones?
No, it's completely new story. It is basically the story of how the Master Sword came to be.
Okay.
You are still Link, you are still Zelda, and you get to learn about the curse that the big bad demise in this game placed on the spirit of the hero and the goddess's soul, that forever and for eternity they would be reincarnated to fight evil over and over again. And
so for all intents and purposes, it's a prequel.
This is the very beginning of every Zelda timeline.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts.
My head empty, no thoughts. That's just how I roll, baby. Honestly, I think it being a prequel, it explaining how everything came to be and everything, that's kind of a cool concept. I have not seen this game or played it. So like I'm going solely based off the cover. The cover looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Hey, that's vibes. That's vibes right there.
That's vibes. That's what you're here for, Koda.
I like it. I like the look of it. And I think that, like I said, the concept of it being a prequel to how everything came to be, cool concept. So I would put it in the higher tiers. I don't know if I would want to put it all the way up at S tier. I'd probably want to put it somewhere around maybe B, maybe below A.
I got thoughts.
You got thoughts?
Okay.
So I'm going to say all of this without playing the Switch remake. I'm assuming that some of the problems that I'm about to bring up have been fixed because of the Switch, but I don't know. So I just want to make that clear.
Okay.
Skyward Sword sucks. I think, don't get me wrong, I think that the overall visual style is really cool. The fact that you're up in the sky is like a cool concept. I think the dungeons in this game are super good. But I think that's where my praises stop, because on the Wii, the motion controls really made this game suck ass.
Did you have the controller that needed like the addition, or did you have the addition already attached?
I got like one of the hook-ins.
Blocks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it is a very cool concept that they wanted to make you feel like Link and actually swing your sword around and fight like that. But that really that hindered the game so much that it almost made the game unplayable in some places. I also think generally this game kind of has like a big pacing issue. Some of the areas of the game really feels padded, especially if there's like some of the areas you really have to repeat visiting. You know what I mean? So it's just I don't know. I would put it C.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with Cubic. I'm gonna also say C.
Okay.
Because it has some of the same issues that Spirit Tracks has, where you're just kind of trapped in certain areas. You get to explore those areas, but it's 4 areas that you get to explore. It's the sky, fire, forest, and desert. And that's about it.
Exactly.
And even in the sky, there are islands, but only like 3 of those islands have things. It's a great story in terms of origin of like, oh yeah, that's what's going on. But I'd also give it a C.
C it is.
I respect.
Boom. We're not going to talk about the remake. We're actually going to put the remake, and I haven't played it.
I haven't played it either. Maybe it's good.
Maybe it's
a
good.
B or
Maybe
an
they
A.
fix some things. Maybe not. I know I own it, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Link Between Worlds. This is the one with the painting, and it's in the same world as Link to the Past. It is a spiritual successor.
Okay.
I've seen things, but I haven't played it.
Why don't you start, Cubic?
Okay. I love Link to the Past. And I think No, I say that to mean I think that this game does right by that same sort of like storyline and visual style, but also expanding upon it. I'm like, I go back and forth on whether or not I like the fact that you rent items.
It's a roguelike Zelda.
Which is really cool. I think that's an awesome concept. But again, I go back and forth on, I'm like, do I like this, or do I just want a normal Zelda? I don't know. I would put it in A because of that.
Koda?
I got nothing. I'm gonna be real with you. I got nothing.
Okay.
The painting, cool. Same world as Link to the Past, also cool. Haven't played Link to the Past, so right. I've already forgotten at this point. That's not the one that I played, right?
No, you played Link's Awakening.
Yeah. There we go. So, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
The names all just kind of run together for me.
Listen, unless you're like an avid player of Zelda, a lot of them get mixed together.
Real.
So, you know, honestly, I'll agree with what Cubic said. Sure.
Okay.
Okay, Cubic said A.
We'll put it in I would say B tier for me. I
Okay,
think
B
that's
tier
cool.
for Koda. A tier for Cubic. And
Yes.
I haven't played it. Someone flip a coin. Okay, so I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna split the difference because I'm gonna go off of this vibes this time, Koda. I'm stealing your job.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think from what I've seen, because I've watched Kleb play pieces of this. He who was on your Pokemon episode.
You need to get him back.
He played it, and it looked really cool. Like, just from watching it, this was a game that kind of made me want to play it. Not just because it was in the same map as Link to the Past or whatever, but just going off of vibes, I'm like, there's a lot of cool like puzzle things you can do with this. So I'd be cool with an A.
Okay.
But to split the difference, I'm going to put it below Ocarina of Time because I don't think it has the clout that Ocarina has. Specifically, Ocarina 3D.
Okay. I don't think we should base it off that, but okay, that's all right. We're gonna be here forever if I act like that.
I was just say I can flip a coin if you want me to. I have one here.
I'm saying Ocarina of Time was the first 3D one, so of course that's gonna have a lot of clout. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it's okay. That's the hill I can die on. I'm not willing to die on. Is that the phrase?
It's something like that.
Put it where you said you were gonna put it. It's okay.
I will put it above the 3D Zeldas, but below above the 3DSs, but below the original 3D games.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay. Hyrule Warriors. This came out in 2014 for September for the Wii U. I actually enjoyed this game.
What is?
I've not played this one.
It's basically a fight 'em up. So like you get characters and you have to upgrade their weapons and whatever, but then there's just like hordes of whatever enemies coming in and you have to defend your little bases. I actually enjoyed this one.
So like a tower defense almost?
Like kind of like a tower defense, except instead of just one tower, it was an entire map, and you actually got to roam the map and fight the things that were appearing.
So like tower defense meets like Streets of Rage?
Yeah.
Okay. I vibe with that.
But still going off of that, I would put this one in a B tier.
B sounds fair to me, honestly, because I think I hear Hyrule Warriors and I just think Smash. I don't know why, but just anything with a fighting like that's my instant go-to for having no experience. But a B tier sounds fair. I mean, tower defense meets Streets of Rage actually sounds like a kind of cool concept to me.
Yeah, and it wasn't like you just got to play as Link. You got to play as like Zelda and Impa and Midna and Fi and all these different characters. I remember at one point you actually got to play as Ganon and some of his evil minions. So
I this is one I haven't played, but that alone, I think giving other characters the spotlight like that is really cool. So I will defer to you guys on this one.
Okay. I'm gonna put it above the Adventure of Link.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's fair.
Okay. Triforce Heroes. Cooperative multiplayer game released for the 3DS in October of 2015.
This is another one I haven't played.
I haven't played it either. Every time someone mentions it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a game.
So let's just throw it into the haven't played. That seems pretty easy.
Okay. Boom, haven't played. Hyrule Warriors Legends. Basically a spin-off of Hyrule Warriors, but for the 3DS. I think it's actually the same game, but for the 3DS. And it came with like the DLCs that Hyrule Warriors came out with.
Okay.
I haven't played it though, so I don't know 100%.
I mean, it sounds like if it's the same game with extra content, that's cool.
We could put it above the original.
Put it slightly above the original?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, moving back into consoles. We've hit a new console. We're in the age of the Switch now. This is Breath of the Wild. It came out in March of 2017. It was also the last Nintendo published game for the Wii U, but it was the launch title for the Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would give this one at the least a high A, simply because I almost cried whenever I couldn't get the game I pre-ordered.
So I have mixed feelings about this. This game is one that I would love to play. However, at the same time, I'd absolutely hate to play it. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the one that has all the Korok seeds in it.
One of
Where you
two,
have to-
yes.
Is this the one where if you collect? Is this the one where if you collect them all, you get the giant golden turd?
Yes.
I'm putting it at a C tier solely because as um here so solely because while I think it's a really cool game and while I would love to play it, as someone who is a completionist, even though you don't need all of the Koroks, I would absolutely be going around to collect all the Koroks and to find out that all of my efforts was just so I could get a giant golden turd. No. No thanks. I feel like that's just them laughing in my face of being like, "Ha, you did everything you could. Here's some golden shit." um so I that immediately drops my rating down. I think it's a cool game. I think it's a cool concept. I really like the new mechanics that are added to it. I like the fact that you have the stamina bar and can pretty much explore the whole map using the pardon my language, the parachute, I believe it is. Like you can
Wind
literally
glider.
travel. Yes, the wing glider. I think it's really cool. I love the open world of it. I love everything to do about it, but solely because of the fact that you get a golden turd for doing everything that you possibly can. C tier.
I'm sorry, Psycho. I agree with Koda. Don't get me wrong. This game is visually stunning. I think it really pushed the limits of what art style could really do for a Zelda game, and it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It truly is a
I
beautiful game.
I struggled a lot with this game. There were moments when I've gotten stuck. There were moments where like I think the divine beasts were kind of like samey visually, and the bosses were like much less memorable. And I
Okay.
think because they went the direction of the design beasts and shrines, that the dungeon design was very limited, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I would put it in C because of that.
Will you accept a middle B?
Yes, I can do that.
Because the way y'all are talking up about it, about the art style and the visuals and and again, I'm going to bring up the fact that this was basically Nintendo trying to start over with the Zelda games. They were trying to go back to that original Legend of Zelda from the NES formula. So they were trying to see what hit and missed. I loved the exploration. I loved that you could go over to a mountain, and if you wanted to climb it, you could climb it, and it was great. I loved the material gathering. I do agree that the shrines, especially with motion controls, like some of them were really rough. And the dungeons or the divine beasts, by the time I got halfway through them, I was like, okay, it's the same thing. Go find, these 5 terminals, fight the blight that's, hoarding it. Oh, what cool new power do I get? And some of those powers were fantastic, and some of those powers were like, when am I going to use this?
Yeah, I also I'm torn on the weapon durability, especially when it comes to the Master Sword.
Yeah. I guess that's something I didn't think about.
Not a
Like,
big
it's
fan of that.
cool in concept. I don't mind weapon durability in games, but I wish that they had given you a way to repair said weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if there had been a way to repair it, I think a lot of people wouldn't have as many complaints.
I think so too.
But I also think it was in there for a purpose, so that it could get you to think a little bit.
True. I think for lore reasons, I don't like that the Master Sword could break.
I also don't like that. I get that it's been sleeping for 100 years, but it's been sleeping for hundreds of years in other Zelda games, and it was perfectly fine.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so, but y'all are accepting a middle B.
I can accept that.
Begrudgingly, yes.
Okay, do we
I
want to
still
put
want to
it?
put it at a low B, but that's me.
Do we want to put it above or below Hyrule Warriors?
Below.
Below? Okay, I will
you go.
accept that.
I put it. Nah, forget it. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Well, no, speak your mind. Speak your mind.
I think Adventure of Link is better than Breath of the Wild.
I
Yeah, I
haven't
said
played
that.
Adventure Link, so I can't. You know what?
Well,
You know what? Adventure of Link had the first iteration of Shadow Link, so we'll put it up there.
Okay.
Cool. I can
But
live
Phantom
with this
Hourglass
because
stays where it's at.
Yes. Okay. I can agree with.
I can accept this. This is as low of a B as I'm gonna get, but without reach, or as low of a C as I'm gonna get without reaching C. So I will just I'll be okay with this.
You'll
The
be okay with
Koroks
this.
really did me dirty, and I
You
haven't
didn't
even
even
played
play
it.
the game.
I know.
You don't have to do that though, right?
No, you don't. Well, no, you don't have to. It's
You have to
recommended,
get a
but you don't
certain.
have to.
You have
No.
to get a certain amount, don't you?
Nope.
No.
The only thing you have to do in terms of Koroks is you have to go find the guy's maracas, and that's only if you want to unlock the Korok quest. But there are so
don't need
many
to.
Koroks, it's like, okay, whatever.
There's like
I don't
hundreds
feel
of
the
them.
need to go collect them all.
As someone who likes to complete games, I feel like I have the need to collect them all.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the re-release of Hyrule Warriors because it's just the same game came out on the Switch. And we
Okay.
already have 2 up there, and they aren't, the same thing.
So just throw it in haven't played.
Okay. Cadence of Hyrule is a spin-off game. Have y'all heard of Crypt of the Necrodancer?
Yes.
This is a crossover between Zelda and Crypt of the Necrodancer. It was released in June of 2019 for the Switch, and it's an official licensed crossover.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
I love
A
that.
little indie game has an official crossover with Zelda.
Instantly put it into at least A tier for me. Giving props to an indie game like that. Yeah.
I've not played it, so I don't know. I haven't even played Crypt of the Necrodancer. I know what it is, but I don't know. I think there is
Okay.
merit and something to be said about the fact that an indie game was able to rise to that level.
And it's not necessarily super popular, but whenever I played it, it still felt like a Zelda game. There were rhythm and things going around, but it still felt like a Zelda game.
Okay.
Which is something that I don't think a lot of fan games or a lot of like their spin-offs can necessarily say. But
Right.
this kind of felt like a rollover. Like, the only thing that was different about it from a regular Zelda game was the music that was involved.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
honestly, I'll defer to you, Psycho.
I'm gonna put it at a high B. I'm gonna put it above Oracle of Seasons.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
He said, hold on.
Are you sure?
Am I gonna have to fight you?
I just Oracle Seasons is so good.
And a lot of other
but this
games are so
also
good.
was the first time.
But it has the bonus of being attached to an indie game, but I don't feel like it's A tier because it's still kind of simplistic. But I feel like it's very, very high beach. Like we can say that Seasons and this game and Cadence of Hyrule share the same spot. They're tied for first place.
Okay.
Okay.
How about we put it between? Let
Between the two?
Seasons be at the top. Yeah.
Okay. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity.
I recognize the name.
Me too. Not played it though.
It's like a spin-off of Hyrule Warriors, but it's basically extra story. It's a what if with the prologue of Breath of the Wild.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you played it, Psycho?
I have played. I'm working my way through it.
Okay.
I will defer to you because all I know is that is the Age of Calamity. That's the thing that I recognized. If it's a Hyrule Warriors game, we've already got a couple of those in B tier, so it's got to be at least decent. But yeah, I'll defer to you.
I will too because I don't think I've heard anything about this one in particular.
From what I've played, it's good. It actually kind of makes you think about what's going on. It's like there's different paths that you can do and stuff. I'm gonna say it goes below Breath of the Wild. Because it's a rehash of Hyrule Warriors with a different story.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel like this next one's gonna make y'all angry.
What is it?
Tears of the Kingdom came out in May of 2023 for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Crazy that it came out so recent. It feels
There
older than that.
There were 7 years between release dates.
I know, but that's the crazy thing is that it feels so much older than 2023 in my brain.
Can I say I liked it more than Breath of the Wild?
You can. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
right. You can.
Did you?
Yes.
I mean, you know my opinion about Breath of the Wild, so like, if you like that one more,
I really like Tears of the Kingdom.
Did it fix any of the issues that we had with Breath of the Wild?
Yes, actually, except the weapon durability. But instead, you could attach weapons to each other and you can make them double durable.
okay.
But you had a problem with like the dungeons being, same. You have a dungeon in the sky, you've got a dungeon underground, you've got dungeons with lava, you have dungeons that make you build bridges, you have different bosses. One of the bosses is a shark.
Okay.
You actually get to explore more of the world. There's an entire underlayer to the world. There's an entire above layer to the world. I remember the first time I went underground, I thought I was actually going to die.
Oh, yikes.
Like, and it's like, it builds on the world with Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild is like, the story is people are trying to get by. They're starting to come back, but they are just trying to get by. They're on the fringes of society. They're just, living their life. And at the end of it, with the Ganon being defeated, they're able to come back. Tears of the Kingdom being placed, I think it was 5 years after that, I think the story says, you actually get to see some of that growth that the people got to experience. They're building new towns. There's new railways. There's an entire newspaper system that's coming out and like being spread between the different regions of the world. And it felt good. Like just really good. Some of the shrines kind of felt samey, but it fixed It managed to hone in, I think, on that feeling that the original's Legend of Zelda brought of exploration, but it still managed to maintain that 3D storytelling world.
Okay. I have
mean,
not played this one, so if you say that it's better, I'm just gonna take your word for it.
and I mean, if you wanted Breath of the Wild to be an A tier, well, we can easily make this one an A tier because if it has the improvements that you're talking about, uh, especially with how big the map is, with the fact that there's the sky, there's also the ground, then there's the underground. Honestly, it sounds like a better game.
I am going to put it below the original Zelda, but above Ocarina of Time.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the most recent game to come out was Echoes of Wisdom. I have not played this game, but it was released in September of 2024, and it has Zelda as the main character because Link got kidnapped. It's got that 3D cel shaded top down view going on, but Zelda is your main character.
This is the one that looks visually similar to the remake of
Link's Awakening, yes.
Link's Awakening. Thank you.
The one you've played.
I'm glad that you realized that I forgot the name immediately. This one I've seen videos and I've seen photos of, and it's really cute. And I think with it having the same vibe as the remake of Link's Awakening, um, I would I would put it where we put that. Also, not playing as Link for once. It's kind of cool to have a different character in charge. Uh, yeah, I think wherever we put Link's Awakening, they're all kind of blending in on my screen at this point. Um,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
I tried to make it
That's
bigger.
just no, no, no. It's not that. It's literally just my brain is like, there's so many Zelda games. Um,
4 years,
yeah,
man.
40. Yeah, that's a lot of games. But yeah, I don't know. I think the ability to have someone else be top dog, I guess, is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah. I this is one I haven't played either, but what I've seen of it, it looks like a really beautiful game and the concept behind it is really cool. I think having
Mhm.
limited summons with Zelda is a cool concept for like the puzzles and the dungeons and things like that. So,
You have to
I
think with your resources.
yeah, I think I would like it if I did play it.
I also think I would like it if I would play it.
Have not none of us played it?
No.
Nope.
Oh. Okay. Well,
On the ranking of haven't played though, do we want it at the top or towards the middle or the bottom?
yeah, this is a high haven't played.
Okay. We're gonna stick Wand of Camelot at the bottom though.
Oh.
It deserves to be there.
Don't you awe that? It deserves it.
I love those games. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Side note, before we continue on,
Okay.
this is
3
just
more.
from this is just for my own personal grievance. Can we put the CDI Zelda that's an F tier at like an F minus? Solely because there's not going to be another one that's even worse than that.
Are you sure?
I'm guaranteed goddamn to you. Banished to the ether. That's perfect.
We'll make it gray. That's the ether.
There we go. That's AE.
Is it AE?
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to spell it, and it's like, oh yeah, you pronounce it this way. Okay. That way it doesn't scream in. Okay. Banished. Gone.
Thank you. That was just for my own personal like. It sucks.
Okay. There's 3 games left that we have to go through, and they're all Tingle games. And I want to stick them in F tier because A, Tingle, except for Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, and I will stick that at a low D, only because you get to fight money in it with money while flying through space.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I mean, that concept alone, like, it's Tingle, so it obviously sucks, but I'm okay with putting it in D rank.
Okay. Lodi. Actually, no, the CDI goes higher. Tingle's balloon fight.
Is
Is
it
a
just balloon
spin-off.
fight?
It's just a balloon fight.
Well, balloon fight, I don't think is that good of a game anyway. So yeah,
So F tier.
I would put it in F, but like C or D.
Below Faces of Evil or below Rupee Land.
Below Faces of Evil.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. It took us an hour and 40 something minutes, but we have the list. And
The
it's objectively
official-
correct. No one come fight us.
That's true.
The official ranking of all the Zelda games.
S tier, God games. Nothing wrong with these games. Come at me.
You want to go through the list, name them off
I-
real quick?
I will go through the list. We can each take a
All right.
tier. In S tier, we have Wind Waker HD, A Link to the Past, the original version from the SNES, Wind Waker for the GameCube, the original Twilight Princess that was released for the Wii and the GameCube.
Yeah. In A tier, we have what is it? Hyrule Warriors, right?
Oh, that's Twilight Princess HD.
I don't know cover art. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is linked. Oh wait,
Link's Awakening.
why can't I read? Hold on, wait, hold on.
Do you want me to read them? I can read
No, I
these.
got it. I got it. Link's
Okay.
Awakening, Minish Cap, Original Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, A Link Between Worlds, Majora's Mask 3DS, and Ocarina of Time 3DS.
In B tier, we have I believe that's the Oracle of Seasons.
Yep.
Then we have Cadence of Hyrule. We have Oracle of Ages. We have Four Swords. We have Hyrule Warriors Legends. We have the original Hyrule Warriors. We have Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. We have Breath of the Wild. And we have Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And then also, last but not least, we have Phantom Hourglass.
In C tier, for games that were just kind of there, we have Skyward Sword, and we have Link's Crossbow Training.
For D tier, we have Tingle's Rosy Ruby Land. That game seems made up. Can I just say that?
It's not!
It sounds
That
made
can't
up.
be real. That
It
cannot
came
be
out
real.
on the DS!
Okay. Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, Link the Faces of Evil on the CDI, and Tingle's Balloon Fight.
In F tier, we have the other Tingle game. And
It's something
we
in
have,
Japanese, and none of us read Japanese.
yeah, unfortunately not. And then Spirit Tracks, totally valid.
In the haven't played category, we have the remake of Link's Awakening, Echoes of Wisdom, Four Swords Adventures, the remake of Skyward Sword, Triforce Heroes, the 3D Hyrule Warriors, and Zelda the Wand of Gamelon for the CDI.
And banished to the ether, we have Zelda's Adventure on the CDI.
There it is. The whole list. We've done it.
We don't talk about that game.
We don't talk about that game.
There you have it.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this. I do want to talk before we fully end this. I know that we've been running pretty late and we all kind of need to get out of here. But before we end this, I want to talk about the 40th anniversary. You know, they didn't announce anything.
They didn't do anything for it. The fans did more things than for it.
However, there are we can't fully attribute them to being real or not, although Nintendo is really pissed about the leaks that have released. And there are talks that this summer they plan on releasing a remaster of Twilight Princess.
Yes.
I
I will
don't
be buying
know
it.
the full
If
I
it
don't
gets
know the full
released, it will be
details.
mine.
I don't know the full details. I know that they talked about a new they talked about that game being released. There was a couple of other ones that were talked about. I actually had it pulled up somewhere and I lost it. Um Hold on one second. Let me pull this up.
I hope it doesn't
The
look like mud this time.
Doesn't look like someone poured glue over it.
Yeah.
So
No, it'll come out on an
actually,
OLED. It'll look super crisp.
sorry, I got it wrong. It is the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake.
Another one?
Um,
Another
and
one.
then, well, it says slated as the major holiday 2026 title for the Switch 2. There's apparently a leak that said there was a new Star Fox game coming out,
Ooh.
reportedly featuring online multiplayer and a classic style with an unannounced release planned for summer 2026.
Oh,
Uh, the next the next 3D Mario platformer, now rumored to be a 2027 release rather than a 2026. Um, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, which is a new
meh.
tactical entry. And then other titles such as Splatoon Raiders, Rhythm Heaven Groove, and a fresh Switch Sports update. But the big one out of all of that leaks is the Ocarina of Time remake. Now, originally I thought it was Twilight Princess. I got excited about that because I thought about it because I was like, that's a really cool game and I want it. But what do we think about them if they're actually going to release another Ocarina of Time?
Oh, okay.
Is
Here's
like
here's what I think about. I think Ocarina of Time is a great classic game. It is a
mhm,
fantastic game. It still holds up, but I think Nintendo uses it as its testing game for whenever it has new consoles that come out. Meaning to say, it came out for the N64.
mm,
It was released on the GameCube because it came out on the Master Collection. There's a version of it for the Switch. It came out for the 3DS. I think they use it as a testing ground to see if the systems that they want to use, like if the old systems work, then they know that they can carry in older games. Because Ocarina of Time is whenever the game started to get like super complicated. There were 3D, you were moving in a 3D world. It wasn't just top-down 2D view. You had a music system, you had different items that you could use, you had screens. It was Ocarina of Time had a lot going on for a game at that point in time.
that's fair.
I
I don't know if we need another.
I don't think we need another. I'd rather they used a different game, but with this one, I think I think this is like a tide or like an ease into planning a new Zelda game because they just released Echoes of Wisdom like 2 years ago, and the sequel for Breath of the Wild came out in 2003.
Yeah.
So, and it took 6 years to get a new Zelda game out. So we're only 3 years into waiting for a new console Zelda, which isn't the longest we've waited.
Right. What were you gonna say?
But
Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead. My thoughts left. They're gone. Bye.
I was gonna ask Cubic what he was gonna say.
I think ever since the Super Nintendo, Nintendo has had this habit of looking back and seeing what worked, and they're like, let's do it again. So I think of like the first time that happened was with Super Mario All Stars. Now, granted, I think it was a really awesome remaster of those three games. So they did Super Mario, The Lost Levels, uh, and then Super Mario 3. And it was really good. But I think as years went on after that, it got more and more lazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think this is like lazy. I think is my point. I think it's just kind of like, okay, Ocarina of Time is really popular with fans. Let's release it on a new console. I think the only
And
benefit to that is the fact that really younger generations can experience the really good games of the old times.
Right.
But I wish they would just have more original ideas personally.
I kind of also wish if they were going to remake a game and push it out into the new console, I wish they would switch which game they used. I don't mind them using old games to like test the systems out and see what works, what doesn't, and da da da. But I wish they would switch up the game that they used. I wish it wasn't always Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
wondering if the reason why they didn't do anything was for the 40th anniversary was because they're planning on releasing that. If that's the case of like they didn't want people to see, oh, we're releasing another Ocarina of Time and be like, oh, this is just the Skyrim effect.
I hope not.
Because it is.
It really is.
It's the Skyrim effect on a longer time frame. Skyrim's only 10 years old.
Skyrim's only 10 years old, but they've had about 18 different releases.
18 different ways!
Yeah. Yep.
Ocarina of Time is 30 and almost 30 years old, and it's come out 4 times?
About 4? Almost 5?
4?
Well,
Ocarina of Time, 3DS, GameCube. So it's been a hot minute since it's been released, but it's always the game that gets released, which makes it fall underneath the Skyrim effect.
Yes. And that's why I'm kind of like... Go ahead.
Do you count the Nintendo Online?
No, I don't think I count that, because that one has not just Ocarina of Time, but it has like a lot of the older classic, like, hey, these were on the N64. So here you go, that you can experience them, and we've compatible them with the Switch.
Right.
I would still include it though, because the fact of like that was them testing out the Nintendo Switch Online aspect of everything. Like,
yeah, but it's
having
the
these older
N64
games.
and it's the NES and it's the SNES and some of the Game Boy games are on there. So it doesn't have the same effect that it did when it was released for individually by itself, if that makes sense.
Okay, I can see that point.
Yeah.
Do we think... Last question I have for you guys. Do you think if I don't know how to word it properly. So we're on the 40th anniversary. In 5 years from now, do you think that we will either have a new Zelda game or we will have another remaster of a different one as the celebration for the 45th anniversary? Because, like you said, it took them almost 7 years to release Tears of the Kingdom after Breath of the Wild. We're only on year 3. 4 years from now would be another 7 years. If they're working on a new game, do we think that they'll be releasing that one, or do we think that it'll just be another remake?
If I wouldn't... okay, this is gonna sound kind of weird. I wouldn't be mad if they released a remake of an older game just to like clean up the graphics and stuff, because by the time we got to year 45 and there wasn't like a new mainstream Zelda game or a main timeline or not like a main story Zelda game, then I would know that we were kind of waiting for the 50th anniversary.
Right.
But if something happens between... and Nintendo's always been like really secretive about what they've got going on. Like really secretive.
Which is why they're so mad about the leaks.
Right? They've always been mad about the leaks. Anytime there's any kind of leaks that happen, there was supposed to be a Zelda anime or a Zelda TV show, like live action, and it got canceled because there were leaks. Nintendo is really secretive about their plans.
They're just a bunch of babies.
So
we're calling you out.
Get called out. I don't think I would be mad if a mainstream Zelda came out before the 40th anniversary and then something came out on the 50th. But if it was, we got to year 45 and they released like a bundle saying, hey, we remastered these X number of games, maybe from the Game Boy, maybe from the SNES. Not necessarily changed anything, but fixed up the graphics a little bit, made them look nicer on the screen. You still got that 2D vibe, but maybe they put in like that 3D effect that they did with Link's Awakening remake.
Mm-hmm.
I would be okay with that.
What if
But
for year 45 they released the CDI remakes?
Oh, for the love!
That
I
shit
think
might
everyone
pass.
would burn it to the ground.
No, imagine CDI, but it's good.
But it's good.
No, no.
Can it be
I don't
good?
think that's possible.
I
No,
think it's
I
already
think
good, but
I think 45th anniversary, they just go, we're getting sick and tired of the leaks. Here's the CDI remasters. You ruined it.
finally.
They're just like, after all this time, we're getting sick and tired of it. Here, take this slop and deal with it.
I'm here for that.
Would they
Oh,
be
we know
better
you're
or
here
worse,
for
do you
it.
think, or would they just be release the same game?
I think it
Well-
would be the CDI games with a cover of milk.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
And with that, guys, this has been this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank
You can find
you.
absolutely, you can find me and Cubic on Blue Sky. You can find the podcast over on Spotify and YouTube at Scuffed AF Pod. You can find Psycho at Psycho. Plug yourself.
Twitch.tv/PsychopathCommonRoom. Yes, it sounds exactly as it's spelled.
There
Spelled
we go.
exactly as it sounds. I stream Wednesdays and Fridays and sometimes on Mondays.
There we go, guys. But there you have it. There's our official ranking. There's some of our thoughts on everything. And thank you guys so much for listening. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.